Welcome back, 3 News at 5. This is exciting because we've been hearing about it for so long, but a lot of people are like, okay, but what is it going to look like? Now we know the Browns' new home may still be a couple of years away, but the team is giving all of us a chance to experience it for ourselves, kind of.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are pretty skeptical. This is your opportunity to maybe get a different view of things. The team has opened a new center in Berea, and it's designed to give fans a virtual taste of the $2.6 billion Huntington Bank field that's being built in Brook Park. And of course, who do we send out to take a first look? Our very own Mike-Polk-Jr.
For Browns fans, dwelling in the franchise's past isn't a particularly uplifting experience. And frankly, the present isn't exactly a summer picnic either. That's why it's generally best for our fan base to focus on the future, because the future is where the Browns have not yet had the chance to let us down. Good news in that regard, because the Browns organization has just introduced a way to transport fans years into the future, where hope abounds, anything is possible, and our quarterback situation has been effectively resolved. Welcome to the Browns Experience, the latest addition to the team's training headquarters in Berea. The purpose of this new $1 million facility is to give prospective ticket buyers an intimate look at what it will be like inside the team's $2.6 billion stadium, currently under construction in Brook Park. It's essentially a big fancy sales center where ticket agents can pitch woo at potential customers in an impressively immersive environment. Haslam Group bigwigs and local dignitaries gathered this morning to address the media and tout the features of the new experience before executing the obligatory communal ribbon cutting.
You will see today, when you get into the cube, you're going to get a real experience to see what you have been missing and what first-class stadiums are all about. And this stadium that we're building right now is going to be first-class. You're going to get a chance to see it today.
Upon entering the facility, guests are greeted by a tasteful Browns motif, such as the Browns Tunnel, which honors the team's history and fans, a large-scale stadium model, a welcome video narrated by Hall of Fame mensch Joe Thomas.
This franchise helped define professional football.
And even some actual new stadium seat prototypes the fans can scope out and test drive for themselves. But the centerpiece of the exhibit is an immersive room designed to give fans a direct preview of the forthcoming Huntington Bank Field experience. It even allows potential ticket buyers the opportunity to sit in different sections virtually so they can decide if they like the view. The Browns are betting that seeing the new stadium from this perspective, rather than simply looking at architectural renderings populated by a bunch of creepy loitering Sims, will help fans imagine themselves actually sitting there on game day. So you can now walk into this real building to put yourself inside a virtual building to help you determine whether you'd like to pay now to sit in that building eventually once it exists. As I said earlier, the fortunate thing is that Browns fans are uniquely equipped for this sort of creative imagining, as we've spent the past 30 years actively envisioning the future of our team as a coping mechanism to help us endure the present. We fantasize about everything from Super Bowl parades to solving our QB issue to confident play from our special teams unit. So we're no strangers to utilizing our collective imagination to envision a promising tomorrow. Because even though the Browns went 5-12 last season, they remain undefeated in their new stadium in the year 2029, where everyone's in a good mood and all the sight lines are perfect. This is Mike virtually visiting future Brook Park for 3 News.
I gotta say, I think that the most amazing thing about that experience is the fact that all the media from town were there. I'm talking all the stations.
Yeah, that's how you know it's a big
everything.
story.
Well, is it, or are we that gaga about the Browns that it's just the Browns saying, here's where we're going to be selling tickets? That's really, I mean, it's a fancy way to sell tickets. It's very impressive, the tech is and everything. But essentially, they're like, why don't you guys come and check out this media event where we'll tell you about how we're going to try and sell tickets to people. And we're all like, we're on our way. We're sending 3 cameras.
And giving them all the free publicity they need.
So as you're going through this virtual space, is there one part that you were like, okay, this will be really cool?
I will say that peering into the actual model that they had set up there and seeing how the seats are laid out and stuff, it's different seeing a physical model of it than the kind of CGI stuff that we see, you know, with the weird. And so it really was, I'm like, oh, I can see people being in there and cheering. I could see people standing up there and going nuts. It was the first time I visualized people being in there.
Okay,
actually, so that was cool. And the layout inside is really cool.
Here's my hope. I mean, obviously, I hope they put a new team in there and we win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
But the Buffalo Bills just opened their $2 million toy. And the headline with this, and I've seen some of the shots, there are seats, Mike, where your view is so obstructed, you can't see part of the field.
Yeah, municipal level. The
old the steel beams.
Yep.
I hope that whoever the geniuses are behind building this thing, don't do that to any of our seats, because the Bills their fandom was going bananas as they opened it up for their preseason game.
Yeah, seems like it'd be avoidable, right?
They just figured those are the people who are going to be tailgating ahead of time. We'll just plunk them down there, and they won't know the difference.
Yeah, if it's affordable.
Let's face
They'll
it,
be so
we've all
liquored
seen
up.
people there.
They won't even know they can't see the game.
We've
Just
seen people there.
Just
They
a
don't even know
poster
they're
of
at the
Josh
game.
Allen on right there on the pillar. Just like, oh man, he's really informed today. That'd be great.
Mike, thank you.
Mike.
Yep, no problem.
Well,